Welcome back. This message found you for a reason. Hello, this is Spiritual Revelations Tarot. Let me straighten out this for a minute here. All right. So, what I have on the board here is the decks I will be using for this reading. Oracle of Heaven and Hell. And I also use the Cleo deck later regarding what's going on in the world, but on an individual level here. And I know that Lenormand is a direct type of spirituality that gets to the point where then I'm going to use this last, okay, instead of first. Spirit. So the first card out is Temperance, reconciliation. All right. So Temperance is in a position and ready to reconcile a situation in his or her life. Second card, creation of all things. All right. This is the Three of Wands, second deacon, Aries. And we know that Aries in any position is all about action. So it's time to create all things, whatever you want to do. Temperance. Temperance wants to reconcile a situation, and she is in a position to create all things. Now, the reconciliation, the opposite is what's going on, is family conflicts. So Temperance wants to reconcile family conflicts. All right. And the Three of Wands, second deacon of Aries, is the creation of all things in gratitude. All right. In gratitude for the situation that you are in currently, meaning that you appreciate all things that are possible instead of in gratitude, meaning someone who is not grateful for the things that were created. All right. So Temperance wants to reconcile with somebody who was in gratitude, meaning not in the creation of all things. And this card is intellectual lucidity, the Queen of Pentacles, who understands the mental capacity that an individual needs in order to comprehend intellectual matters, intellectual lucidity. Not all individuals are able to do this. Okay? The spirit is going in a different direction today. All right. So let's see what the tarot has to say. What the tarot want to say? All right, I pre-shuffle today. Now, Spirit. Temperance is the reconciliation, meaning the creation of all things, of new beginnings. Three of Wands is the expansion of where he or she wants to go. The Three of Wands. And in that Three of Wands, a path was chosen in this Cleo deck, the Three of Wands. All right. And I'm going by this deck, having a hell deck. So the creation of all things. And the opposite of that is ingratitude. So somebody is either grateful for the creation of all things versus someone who is not grateful. All right. And the last card, we had intellectual lucidity. And the reverse is vice. All right. So intellectual lucidity is someone who is able to think outside the box. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who can generate their own wealth. All right. Because they can create all things possible through reconciliation. Reconciliation may be forgiveness. Okay? Forgiveness. You can forgive, but you don't have to forget. All right, so let's clarify these three cards here. Where does Spirit want to take us today? Spirit, clarify reconciliation, Spirit. One card for reconciliation, Spirit. What messages you want us to learn today? Reconciliation, Spirit. One card. There you go. Spirit is talking. Oh, two cards. So we have, this is on an individual level here, that temperance. All right. Reconciliation. Who? With the King of Swords? If this King of Swords has the strength to reconcile. All right. If not, hey, the opposite card of this is family conflict. So if they can't reconcile, then it must be a family conflict here. All right? Spirit, creation of all things. The Three of Wands. Second Deacon, Aries, Spirit. All right. You saw those cards drop. 2 cards. 3 cards. 4 cards. All right. Creation of all things. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Someone is moving forward in victory. The creation of all things. The Three of Wands. They are with the star, hoping for the creation of all things to come into reality here. All right. Next card is the Two of Staff. Somebody here, the creation of all things, is moving forward, hoping for the path that they have chosen to take here with the Two of Wands. And the last card here, hoping that the path that they take will not lead them into the 4 cups of disappointment. All right? So this is the creation of all things, that someone is moving forward in victory and hoping that the path that they've chosen will not lead to disappointment, Spirit. That's what Spirit is saying here. All right, Spirit. Let's go with intellectual lucidity. Is this individual capable of thinking outside the box. All right, lucidity, meaning free flowing intellectually. All right, let's see. Spirit, clarifying intellectual lucidity. That's just, I can't drop that. That's too many cards. One card for intellectual lucidity, Spirit. Oh, there you go. Here is judgment. So judgment is going to be called here on intellectual lucidity is the Queen of Pentacles. Judgment going to be called on the Queen of Pentacles here. Why, Spirit? Why? Why is judgment being called on the Queen of Pentacles and who is using their intellectual lucidity, Spirit? Why? One card. Why is the Queen Pentacles being judged for intellectual lucidity, Spirit? All right, I'll take the cards that turned up. And Spirit says that this Queen of Pentacles, judgment, the horn is being called out for this Queen of Pentacles, intellectual lucidity, that here we had the Seven of Cups. This Seven of Cups, this man standing in water, meaning emotional, and the Seven of Cups are up in the air, and he don't know which way to go, what options to take, because it's an emotional situation here, and the Four of Swords in reverse indicates someone who isn't healed yet. So this Queen of Pentacles, using their intellectual lucidity of thinking outside the box, of trying to stay with the flow here, is being judged because there's confusion here. Emotional confusion when it comes to options. And the Four of Swords upright represents somebody who is resting and healing, but this is in reverse. Somebody is not healing nor resting. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the Lenormand Day. Spirit, what information can you give us regarding this reading? What information can you give us regarding this specific reading, Spirit? All right. The individuals in this reading, I'm going to show the fears, the focus, and what is motivating somebody in this situation, Spirit. All right. Let's go. This card represents the fears. This is the focus. And this is what is motivating a person. All right, let's take a look here. Let me take some more cards. Let me have 4 more cards. And this is their feelings regarding the situation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making this a 9-card spread here for the Lenormand. All right. Surprise, surprise. Let's take a look. Child. Woman. Snake. Key. Tree. Virgo. Hermit. The Ace. The Knight of Cups. Oh, I got these 2. The Moon. and the Queen of Wands. Wow. All right. Let's take a look at the inner circle here. The key or the solution to an entanglement and personal growth is this woman. The key to entanglement and personal growth is tied to this woman. All right? The solution, the child that represents a new start or a new beginning. So the key to a new beginning is personal growth. And that's what this woman's concerned about, personal growth. So the key to a new beginning is personal growth. The key entanglement to personal growth is this woman. All right? Now, this Queen of Staff could be an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. So this person's solution is the moon. The moon represents either emotions, something is going to be revealed, or something's going to be illuminated. And here, what is this? The wolf and the crab are both falling on their backs. All right? So somebody is going to fall here. The wolf is someone who is a manipulator, and a crab is a low feeding, bottom feeder who has been turned on their back. And this is what I see in this card, right? Drops, little water drops coming down on the wolf and a crab turned upside down in the water. So something's going to be revealed either about a wolf or a crab. Crab is a water sign. A wolf is an animal turned on his back as a manipulator here. All right? So this Queen of Wands, Ariel, Leo woman went into hermit mode to self-reflect on their life. Okay? And this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius wanted a new start here with this Knight of Cups. And this Knight of Cups wanted a new start with this Queen of Wands, Aries, or Leo. So something is either hidden regarding the upside down situation of this wolf or crab when it came to a new start with a person who went into isolation, because that's what Virgo does. It's a time of isolation and retrospection about their life. Okay? Now, the key, we said, the solution to the entanglement was personal growth. This woman's personal growth. Now, let's go vertically here. The Queen of Wands is the woman who went into hermit mode to retrospect, and perhaps she learned that the solution to a new start was her own personal growth here. So she had to rise and take care of herself. That's what we mean by this tree, personal growth. And then over here, something was revealed here in this situation where someone with this wolf turned upside down, this crab turned upside down, that this Queen of Wands found a solution to defeat the wolf and the crab. The wolf being a manipulator and the crab being a water sign that was turned upside down. I'm reading the card. All right. And the situation here was emotional. And this is what the entanglement is between this wolf and this crab, was in an entanglement. And somebody came out of this entanglement. All right. And now wants to offer a cup. All right. Over here is the Queen of Pentacles, intellectual ability to think outside the box, called judgment on the situation that caused them to be confused with their options and was unable here to rest and heal. Okay? So, this Queen of Wands, staff, Leo, Aries, a Sagittarius, found a solution to what was hidden. She wanted a new beginning with an entanglement. But what she had to do was to go into hermit mode. She had to isolate herself to introspect what she wanted. And she wanted personal growth. And for this person, this Knight of Cups, to come for her. Because she stood her ground when it came to a new start with this offer. Okay? Now, which way can I do this? This Queen of Staff wanted personal growth. They wanted to shine a light in the moon to unveil what she wanted, personal growth. All right? And that's this reading. All right. So that was somebody's reading. If you resonated with this reading, please press the thumbs up button and join Spiritual Revelations Tarot. And I do my best to read exactly what the cards are saying here. My personal interpretation. Okay. Let's move on. Let's see. With these same decks. Let me see. Spirit, I'm going to ask the same question again. What is going on in the world today, Spirit? Can you please elaborate? What's going on in the world today? Spirit. What's going on in the world today, Spirit? What is the lesson for the world today, Spirit? All right. Let's see what Spirit says. What is the message for the world today, Spirit? First card is longevity. Oh, Spirit. Next card is obedience. Ooh. Last card is religious and general conflicts. Whoa. All right, Spirit. Longevity. Now, I need to pull out the book for this one. Because this sounds deep here. Let's see, longevity. Let me see. Something's going to last for a long time. That's my first impression. Interpretation of the card, longevity. Something going to last for a long time. Obedience. So this is a 6 of Wands. I looked up all these cards. Longevity, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands represent a victory of some sort. And it's going to be long lasting, whatever this victory is. Obedience. King of Pentacles. Obedience. King of Pentacles. Being obedient. Meaning, obedience means following rules. A King of Pentacles. A King of Pentacles is abundant. And they like to follow rules. And they want victory here with the 6 of Wands, of longevity. Last card, religious and general conflicts. Religious and general conflicts in terms of religion. Opposite is purification, the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords talks about worries, anxiety, people being in a deep depression when it comes to religion and general conflicts that are going on in the world, right? So there's going to be longevity, a victory, a longevity when it comes to obedience. Obedience sounds really authoritarian to me with the King of Pentacles. Obedience to what? Religion and general conflicts? The purification of religion and general conflict. So, purification meaning that the conflicts are going to be resolved one way or another. This is how I'm interpreting it. Let's go another card deeper. What's going on in the world, Spirit? Let's go one more deep. All right. Okay. Divine comfort. This is the Page of Cups. Divine comfort. Page of Cups is normally identified as someone who wants to come and apologize for some divine comfort. They want comfort. They need to apologize for something. Let me see. What's the opposite? Solitude. Somebody don't want to be in solitude anymore because they want the divine comfort from you. The Page of Cups. They want divine comfort. They want to apologize. All right? Obedience. This card is rectification. The 4 of Wands. So, the opposite. What's the opposite? Unrestrained living. Unrestrained living. Somebody who did not want to have any rules on them. When they wanted to do whatever they want when they want it. Unrestrained living. And now this divine comfort Page of Cups wants to rectify when this is the Four of Wands. They want to rectify what they wreck right now, because the opposite of these is divine comfort Page of Cups. They feel isolated in solitude, because that's the opposite side of the divine comfort. You're comfortable. You have nothing to worry about. When you are not comfortable, you feel isolated. Here, with rectification, the Four of Wands, somebody is missing home, family, with the Four of Wands. They want to rectify some shit here. But they wanted unrestricted living. Okay? They wanted unrestricted living. That's why they're here, to rectify what was broken. Okay? Now, we over here to religious and general conflicts. So what? This card clarifying that religious and general conflict is that someone was in the mind of grandeur. 8 of Wands. What? Singing you a song with a violin? And the opposite of that is ego and hatred. What? Somebody was in their ego. And they had a sorry song, violin, sad song to sing. A grandeur, 8 of Wands. Now they want to communicate, 8 of Wands. And they want to make it rapid. Okay. All right, so let's do tarot. We're going to do the tarot next. All right, Spirit. Clarify longevity. There's 6 of Wands and divine comfort here with the Page of Cups. One card for the longevity, 6 of Wands and the Page of Cups. Wait, the Spirit. What? Slip. All right, one card, Spirit. Ooh, 10 of Wands. 10 of Swords. So, somebody wanted longevity and have victory in a situation. And this Page of Cups, it's the Page of Cups who wanted it. But what they do, they isolate themselves. And as a result of that isolation, what? They stab themselves in the back. Okay, let's move on here. Obedience, the King of Pentacles, and wanted to rectify a situation with the Four of Wands. Why? Because they were unrestrained. They had unrestrained living. They wanted to do what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. And here, now, obedience, the King of Pentacles wants to rectify the situation with the Four of Wands. All right, Spirit. Clarify obedience, the King of Pentacles, and rectification with the Four of Wands, Spirit. All right, the High Priestess came out. So, somebody wanted longevity with this Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. All right, Page of Cups now want to come in and apologize for backstabbing, the Ten of Swords. All right, now this victory that someone wants to attain, they have to be obedient as the King of Pentacles. Because there's war and strife here. if they don't be obedient as the King of Pentacles. Now this King of Pentacles want to rectify the Four of Wands. You know, what are they rectifying? They rectifying their behavior, unrestrained living. And here, the High Priestess already know. They already know that they want to come in and apologize for stabbing somebody in the back, which is this High Priestess. She already know. All right? So let's clarify this purification, religious and general conflicts regarding purification. All right? And somebody is in their ego, grandeur, fantasizing, singing a song here with the violin, ego and hatred. Why? Clarify religious and general conflicts and grandeur. And that fell that fell right here on the shelf. See? The Nine of Swords. So somebody's really worried here. Really worried. Going through a Eight of Swords, feeling stuck when it comes to religion and general conflicts. And having here the Eight of Wands, fast communications, but is it ego and hatred? Or is it the Eight of Wands? Fast communication is putting somebody in a deep depression here. Anxiety with the Nine of, with the Eight of Swords, making them feel stuck. All right? So, Spirit, clarify this Ten of Swords. Why is this Ten of Swords here for longevity's victory for this page of Cups, Spirit? Why is the Ten of Swords here? I should ask Spirit to talk about the present. All right. That's the truth, Spirit said. That is the truth. This Ten of Swords is true. All right, Spirit. All right, let me clarify this High Priestess. Clarify the High Priestess. What she know? She knows that this Knight of Staff is passionate here in a new beginning, and he or she has a passion either in a new beginning in business or a passion that they desire. Okay, let's clarify the Eight of Swords, Spirit. One card for the Eight of Swords. All right, Queen of Swords popped out. So this person who is going through religious and general conflicts and the grandeur, Eight of Wands of fast communications are something moving fast. But somebody may have been in the past in their ego and hatred, and they feeling stuck here with this. They feeling stuck with this Queen of Swords here. So somebody got stabbed in the back, and that's the truth. And now this High Priestess knows something about this King of Wands who is passionate and what they doing. They looking back to the past. They're looking back into the past at the person that they may have backstabbed. That's the truth. And it's over here. General conflicts. Someone singing a song, dance, a grandeur, stuck in their head. This Queen of Swords is stuck in their head, and they looking over here to what this guy, what is he looking at? He's looking at the person that got stabbed in the back. That's the truth here. All right. Spirit, this is what I'm having a conflict with. Why we keep repeating the same past? What's the purpose of repeating the same past again, Spirit? about past hurts. What's the point, Spirit? Why? Why does Spirit keep repeating the same hurt over and over again for a person, for a group? What's the point, Spirit? What is the point? All right, let's see. What's the point? We keep hearing the same thing over and over. What's the point, Spirit? All right. Spirit says the focus is stork. Stork is all about movement. So, what's the point, Spirit? Spirit wants you to move. Move toward what? Anchoring yourself, being secure. Next card. Or be Spirit's this card. Stork is about movement. You want to move and anchor yourself somewhere secure and safe. All right. The coffin means an ending, transformation. So you want to move and transform and anchor yourself. Okay? What are you afraid of? The star. Something you wished for, something you hoped for. So what is motivating you here? The ring. The ring, a commitment, a wish right here to move toward a commitment. So you're wishing for something to end or transform into a commitment so that it will be anchored, meaning having a strong foundation. And that's what your wish is. That makes sense. So you're dreaming and wishing to move toward a stronger commitment and to transform this commitment into a stronger foundation. All right, so that is somebody's wishes here. If you resonate with this reading, please press the thumbs up button and join Spiritual Revelations Tarot. And I think I will end this here. And I appreciate your likes, your memberships, and I look forward to the next reading. And I hope to make these readings, Spirit brings, make your dreams come true. All right. And they will come true. It's all about the power of the mind. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.